Rick Sugarman from Sugarman's Bath, San Diego, here with a big shout out to Pat, Paul, Heidi, Daniel, the entire Sola team for an amazing Top 500 Live. Thank you. This is one of the most influential conferences I've ever been to. Here are my top 20 takeaways. Number one, minds are like parachutes. They work best when open. Dominic Caminata. Number two, a great way to lose a good employee is to tolerate a bad one. John Anglis. Number three, Google's changing algorithm is a myth. Don't trust the digital marketers when they say that. I love it. Thank you, Chris Behan. Number four, hire and train now for the leaders you'll need 3 to 6 months from now. Donnie McMillan Jr. Number five, Amy Ron, New South Windows. She's taking unfair share to an entirely new level. I need to see that entire presentation again. Number six, and I think this might be my dad's favorite. If you're running your business on a cash basis, you're not really running your business. You don't know. You might as well run around to Harrah's and put it all on black. You don't know. Your job is to know your business. Scott Siegel, Tough Medicine, invaluable. Number seven, G4 Marketing's follow-up gift cards. One for the customer for future product interest, and then the other one for the customer to give to a friend for a referral. So good. Number eight, industry relevant applications of the great business books. We're talking Good to Great, Start with Why, the E-Myth, the way that these were just woven through the entire conference in an industry relevant way, super valuable. This brings me to back to John Anglis, who is my new hero and role model for the E-Myth principle of working on your business and not in it. Unbelievable. Number nine, Patrick Fingal's brand collage, where he puts his branding next to his competitors, covers up the names, and then sees if his branding can be distinguished from the other ones. Really interesting. Number 10, this really rings close to home where we're discussing profitability versus scale. And Nick Richmond, second presenter, comes in with volumes are for vanity, profits are for sanity. And this sentiment was just ringing throughout the entire conference. It was really, really hitting home for me. Number 11, times are good right now. If you don't have a 10% net profit minimum, a reckoning is coming. Yes, he said a reckoning is coming. Scott Siegel, love that. Number 12, with inflation, if you don't have a minimum 5.6% profit this year, you are losing money. This is Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly maybe had my favorite quote of the entire conference when he stands up and he says, I am an EBITDA machine. It's so good. 13's a meta tip. Don't just be inspired by the conference, do something with it. And so the rest of this are the things that we're doing. Number 14, level 10 website audit from Rich Harshaw. We submitted for it, he got back to us right away. It's on the calendar for us to review with him. Super exciting. Number 15, also Rich Harshaw, the 15 pillars of identity. We're working on ours, we're changing it around, we're making it our own. And this brings us to number 16, Traction, new book recommended by Ken Kelly, Abby Binder, and others. Got it halfway through it, and it completely relates to the concept of branding as we're going through the core values and all of those principles from the book. Loving that. That brings us to number 17, also ordered The 7 Secrets to Becoming a Wealthy Contractor by Brian Kaskavelsian, and listen to the 3 episodes of his Wealthy Contractor podcast, the 3 ones featuring John Anglis. Loved all of them. 18, NSLI was the fundamental metric tying all of the presentations together at this conference. We're adopting it. Number 19, rocks, pebbles, sand, and water. This method of prioritization is so good, and we're gonna start using it. Number 20, and this is the last one, and it comes from Mandy Sandstrom, who is not a presenter, which is part of what I loved about the conference, was the community of people. I got to ask a question about social media. I got 3 responses because it was during a CEO panel. And then after those 3 responses, Mandy Sandstrom, who I'd never met, is sitting behind me. She's part of the Abby Binder team. She says, use the same angles, the exact same angles for your before and afters so that you can do the swipe over and it works perfectly. I love that tip. We're gonna do it. And so that brings us to the end of my list of 20, my 20 takeaways. And what's crazy about it is that none of them even begin to mention Jocko freaking Willing, who gave the keynote address to kick the whole thing off. Jocko, of course, was incredible. Like, I'm so thrilled, got an autograph, that was also awesome. But the fact that the conference was so strong that you can go through a top 20 and not even mention Jocko Willink as the keynote speaker. It's really incredible. So thank you so much to the Sola group, everyone who we met there, a wonderful networking opportunity, and I can't wait to see everybody next year.